Reaperman here with just a little recorded game session of MotorStorm. I was going to stream it, but it's Mardi Gras time, so everybody's internet is just too garbage right now. So this is a PS3 game that everybody played the demo of, and I think a few people bought the retail game. It's a really fun demo. It lets you play multiplayer on, I believe, 2 tracks, maybe 3 tracks. And once I actually bought the full game, I found out that I could go online and only play the demo tracks because nobody bought the rest of the game. So that was a thing. I really do kind of like the overall vibe of this game, and it seems kind of like they started with a vibe and worked backwards from it. Now this is a single class race in the game. This is not a typical race. This just happens to be the one I'm trying to unlock now. Oof. Many of the races are multiple classes. There's like 8 different classes of vehicles. Whoop, with like 2 or 3 different vehicles in each. I'm sure I'll unlock more. Boom. Now this game is heavily geared toward jumps and paths and figuring out which route's the fastest and being very adaptable to however you just screwed up the last jump, whether it be your fault or not. In that way, this is kind of a nice substitute for San Francisco Rush in my mind, despite the fact that it is just a completely different vibe. Whoa! Now, even though the jumps are very fatal, this game is actually pretty forgiving. There is just a ton of rubber banding, and it usually goes in the driver's favor. At least it does for me, because I'm kind of terrible. Woo! Boom! I remember being pretty good at the demo tracks, but we're pretty far from those. So the gist is that there's different routes that different vehicles do better at, and there's motorcycles, there's buggies, there's rally cars, there's like mud pluggers, they call them, which is like a mud buggy, and then there's big trucks and stuff like that. Woohoo! And the gist of it is that there's all these routes, and the different vehicles that are usually on the track all at the same time just kind of naturally work best in their own lanes. For example, the heavier vehicles do better in mud, and the mud is usually kind of a more direct route that kind of slows down the smaller vehicles. Whoop, can't go that way. I almost went down the path for the bigger vehicles. There are no bigger vehicles in this race. This is an atypical race with just buggies. And I think it's actually faster for me to come down here. Oh! As long as I don't do that. So I've actually been doing a pretty good job of not crashing so far. But yeah, just it's kind of like a lot of jump-based racing games. The jumps are incredibly fatal, but there isn't like the biggest punishment for screwing them up. I mean, you die, but that's it. And in this game, you do get quite a bit of control over your vehicle in the air for like no reason at all, except that it's just cool. Everybody knows it's cool, so let's just do it. And it goes right along with the vibe of this game. Now you may notice there's no music going, and that's because it's all Sony copyrighted stuff. Well, so I've omitted that, but if you just imagine Slipknot and whatever other bands they got for this thing, that's basically what this thing's got going on. Just kind of music. It does go pretty well with the whole theme of the game. The whole theme of the game is that there's just a big music festival out in the desert for suicidal daredevils or something. This is actually one of the least fatal tracks because there aren't any big cliffs to fall off of or get pushed off of, or bigger vehicles to push you off the cliffs. Woo! So the date I'm recording this, it is actually Bacchus Sunday, meaning Mardi Gras is next Tuesday. So I am on Mardi Gras avoidance vacation right now. Alright. I'm going to try and drop back into that crevasse instead of going over the sweet jump. Not the smoothest move. The crevasse, of course, has mud in the bottom, which slows me down because I am a buggy. Oh, geez. Select. Now, the reason I'm redoing this course is because I've only gotten 3rd place in it historically. I have not unlocked all of this game after all these years. Truthfully, I haven't played it much. I played the sequel to this game a lot more. I played the heck out of the demo, and then I bought MotorStorm 2 on PlayStation 2. Yes, the sequel is on the more primitive system. And I even think I got Pacific Rift before I actually got the full version of the regular MotorStorm, which might be some indication of why I had trouble finding multiplayer matches. Alright, we got to find our way through because we did this wrong. Now this has a boost mechanic. It's the boost and then explode mechanic. You might be familiar with this if you're a Star Wars Episode 1 racer fan. And I managed to explode myself right there on the finish line. Beautiful, perfect race there. Did not get first, did get second. I like the buggies a lot because I can go into first-person mode on them. Let's see what else there is to offer, though, because I believe the next one is an ATV race. Event Jump at the Rock Hopper. Alright, this is also a single class race here. Now the ATVs will not go into first person mode. They go into a closer over the shoulder, which there's just no point to. Okay, so we've got the Ibex Bushfire 3. This comes in various patterns here. And then we can go to the Molotov Stuka 1. Yeah, we're probably going to go with that. That looks probably okay. Let's look at the Wasabi Phoenix. Come on. That's the most modern of them. Female rider there. We can do a different color and then we get a different rider. So I think we're going to go back to the Molotov Stuka 1 here and see what other colors are available. No. No. Green it is. Now the load times in this game are just a lot worse than I remember. Oh my. Those are, yeah, those are load times. Okay, I do remember this course. I don't remember which one. I know I tend to go to the outside at the wrong time on this one. I think the CPU goes to the outside after the big curve, and I go to the outside before the big curve, which is not ideal. Let's get out of this. Okay, so this is the regular view here. We are going to go to the inside this time. If I recall, this is one of my favorite courses. There had to be like a little pipe there or something that I hit. I'm not sure I got enough speed to do this. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. So they have all gone to the outside, those guys down there, but I don't think that's the play. Except that they survived and I didn't. Okay, this is not pro gameplay here. This is me picking up a PS3 controller that I wonder if it's... I mean, it seemed to be working in the menus. Obviously the wireless is shot on it, and I am not changing the battery on this thing again. I've already changed the battery on this controller once, and it was a nightmare. The L and R buttons fell into about 20 different pieces. If I open this thing up again, it's getting like a 14500 battery holder or something. I'm just gonna charge them on an external charger. Shoo-hoo! Whoop. I mean, honestly, the only part of this course that looks at all familiar to me is this big curve. I think I remember this playing online, so either I've actually found somebody that owned the game to play against, or this is one of the demo tracks. Oh. Uh-oh. No! Well, I made that work. So I am not even halfway through this game. I completed all the first level races, and this is me on the first tier of second level races. There are 4 tiers of races. I remember the reviews of this game kind of complaining that there weren't enough tracks in it, but the thing is, there's so much they can do with all of the different classes racing together to make the races feel fresh that, you know, number of tracks is fine. Oh, can I make this work? Sort of. I mean, the rubber banding is just kind of a testament to why I'm not in absolute last place. Now, if I recall, when you're on these little buggies, you can press the square. Oh no, that's your horn. There's an attack button. Oh, it's the same one, you just have to be close. I think I saw a motorcycle? That couldn't have been a motorcycle. It must have been that, one of the four-wheelers that looks like a motorcycle, kinda. With the motorcycle gas tank. Now, this game has always had very uneven ground in it, obviously, and it gives you zero confidence in your control inputs, and you always have to be ready to react and change your routes, change your techniques. It's like if you've ever walked on ice, you have to keep your knees slightly bent so that you can just kind of react to whatever the ice does to you. That's kind of what this feels like. But the ground also throws around the controller, and I don't have a lot of feel on it. I don't think this game supports a feedback wheel, and if it did, it would just beat me up. As a result, I keep thinking that my controller is drifting, but I don't actually think it is. I think that's just the ground being uneven. Certainly would not be unheard of for a PS3 controller to drift. I believe I killed that guy. Okay. Can I get into third place, please? If I get into third place, then I can give up on these. That is a motorcycle. Woohoo! First place. Now I never have to play this again. We will continue and we'll see what the fourth race is on this ticket. So I have had just the worst luck this week with racing games. I had intended to play San Francisco Rush, the new Project R. Then my G25 wheel decided to throw its encoder. So, oh, this is racing trucks. Okay, let's look at the racing trucks. Downstairs I'm having an electrical problem and I can't get an electrician in until after Mardi Gras, of course, so can't use my my 2049 arcade machine. So here's the Springfield Kalahari 3. This is the one I usually pick because it's the one that's selected. And there's two. There's one. Like the 3. Let's have a look at the other trucks. We've got the Voodoo Iguana. Okay. And we got the Castro Robusto 3. No, thank you. Alright, let's not wait for that to come back up because it's a very slow menu. I think they came up with quicker vehicle selections in the successive games. I also think they found a way to trick this thing into higher resolution because right now this is a 720p locked game. I think Rift was in 1080p, if I recall. And I think even... I'm trying to remember what the PlayStation 2 one was. It was something fan. It was definitely a 16:9 game. Can't remember if it was an HD game, though. Alright, let's go. Back to my hood view again. The hood view really ups the vibiness of this whole experience. I think we got the mud pluggers in here. I don't think those are the... well, I don't think those are the... Oh, I'm not dead. I don't think those are the buggies. I think those are the mud pluggers. Which, if I recall, is my favorite class in this game. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna jump out of the vehicle because I am having trouble seeing what is coming around this course. I do believe I killed that guy. Looks like a ramp up to the right. So I am not usually somebody that goes down on the low paths down here, and it seems like the theme is you're supposed to slide into these rocks and get stuck. Got somewhat deformable ground in this game. Kind of primitive, but we got it. Helps you figure out where the mud is. Now the sequel to this game is up in the Arctic, and that was kind of neat. You could cool off your turbos by going through the water, or your booster, or whatever the booster is. Turbo, or... I have absolutely no idea what it would be. That was a neat mechanic. The third game is the Pacific Rim one. And that one has a lot of foliage that obscure things, so it's probably my least favorite one. And the MotorStorm Apocalypse, I normally don't like post-apocalyptic games, but that one does, you know, a pretty good job. And the people involved in the first MotorStorm here are, you know, the music festival are clearly in some kind of fatalistic death cult anyway, so the end of the world couldn't be that far off. Ooh. One thing I don't love about this game is the select button. It resets you on the track, but it doesn't work like, say, the San Francisco Rush reset button does. It's not like a thing that you can hit at all times. The game has to accept that you're in trouble before it lets you hit it. Unless my select button is also going funny, which is a strong possibility. Woohoo! Ooh. Nope. I was just trying to lightly murder that guy on the rock there. Apparently this guy in front of me is the only guy in front of me. And now I am first somehow. I'm not doing particularly well, so that's all rubber banding. Somehow I got into the kill zone in Miata speak. The large group of cars that crash all the time. Okay. I don't know why I don't talk more about these MotorStorm games, because they are just fantastic. If you know any other games out there that kind of scratch the San Francisco Rush itch, as in like fatal jumps and multi-pathing and just general mayhem, just kind of drop it down in the comment section down there. Ooh. And somehow I find myself in first. And just like that, not in first. Do not like the heavier vehicles that take the lower paths. Mostly because the lower paths are a little more twisty, a little more walls. dodge obstacles with heavier vehicles, just not as much fun for me. Usually when I'm down here, I like the mud pluggers. It seemed like some kind of an overpowered side-by-side. I believe that's the finish line. Bad news, everyone. That was not the finish line. This is the finish line. It's always good when you can explode over the finish line. Alright, we will continue. I think that means that we have unlocked a new card. So MotorStorm kind of divides itself up. The single player, I guess they're tickets, not cards. Okay. This is the level. Okay, so this is the first level 2 ticket. This is the one we just completed. I've still got a 3 and a 2 that I can convert into 1s, but I've also unlocked the Juggernaut ticket and the Grindstorm ticket, I think. Actually, I might have unlocked a lot of these tickets. Let's go and see what... Oh my. Those are big. Okay, let's do this. Got the Castro Vadero 2. Two being the kind of decals on it here. Okay, no, that's terrible. Okay, move on. The Molotov Drago. Oh yes, I think this is what we're going for here. Clearly, kind of a Kamaz inspired thing. And we got the. I guess we just got the 2 of these. The Molotov Drago it is. All right, let's see what 3 looks like. No. 2. I think we're gonna go with 1. Yeah, let's go with 1. I mean, when you get out in the dirt and the grime, these things all look brown anyway. You can pick the lightest, brightest, colorful livery that you want. It's just going to look brown. Oh, I do want to try this one from inside the cockpit, though. And that is a 3rd truck. I have not unlocked the Marathon, whatever the heck that thing is yet. Unless that was the Snowman truck. I don't think it was. Oh, we got some motorcycles to ram. Some ATVs. So they're going to be flying up around the rim of this track. Oh, these are slow. These are so slow. Now, that's not saying we can't take the same rim path that the motorcycles do. We're just not going to do well at all up there, so let's not. Bash this open for somebody. That way if a motorcycle gets down there, I guess they'll have a path through. And let's run some of these guys off the road a little bit. Oh. Oh, we got a cliff. Had to reset there. This is big. It's a big, slow vehicle. 15 vehicles on the track. This was absolutely amazing graphics for the early PS3. This is like a 2006 game here. I remember being really impressed that this game had, you know, like when you'd crash, you'd see the shocks split off and tires go everywhere and ragdoll physics on the drivers. Ragdoll physics, the most completely unrealistic physics ever, and we just ate them right up when they first came out here. Got the NVIDIA physics ragdolls and stuff like that. Then after a while, NVIDIA physics was just, yeah, mostly particle effects. Alright, I gotta get out by the cliff again. Probably should try and stay in the... Just effortlessly got first place against all those quad bikes. Okay, game. Maybe I am making this game hard on myself, but not driving the biggies. Oh, I unlocked a vehicle. Sweet. Alright, so this is the first Mud Plugger race. I believe this is a Mud Plugger only race, maybe? Just drinking a Rip It quick. Got hooked on those back in the war. Okay, the Mojave Slugger. For anybody that doesn't know the deal on Rip Its, it used to be when you bought a Rip It in America, their little pledge was they'd send one to like a soldier, sailor, marine, whatever overseas. So everybody in the military got kind of hooked on them. 6-pack races. They weren't the full-size ones. The ones they gave out were the little short ones. Okay, so we got the cheap-looking thing there. We got Lunar Asylum. Oh, I think this looks more my style. Patriot Bushwhacker. Ooh. It's kind of tempting. See what pain it comes. Okay. Let's do this. The Tenderizer course. Oh, these load times. And yes, this is full-on Blu-ray load time here. It's not even the digital version. The digital version would load probably much faster, I would imagine. But now this is all physical disc stuff. Oh, we got some different weather going than I'm used to here. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, yeah, motorcycles. Just the carnage in this thing. The parts fly, the panels flying off, and just the crashes that happen in front of you. Just, whoop, just incredible game. Maybe try going up over here, I guess. We are probably too big to do that. We are up here with the motorcycle, so they really can't pass us because we are just complete death to them. However, we don't go very fast up there. Yeah, I probably just should have reset that. I am caught on this guy. Ooh. Now, all of the MotorStorms, I mean, of them all, I think this one's probably got the best vibes. Although this particular track is kind of breaking the theme, being all cloudy. Whoop. I'd actually been doing pretty good at not dying up until that point. So yeah, being the mud pluggers, we should probably stick down here. There's a brave little motorcycle. I think the green guy got me again on the same jump. Pushing me back to 8th. It's okay. By the power of rubber banding, I shall be in the lead. No kind of a map around. Tell me how close. Well, that's how close they are. Whew. Oh, that wasn't the last lap. I was so proud of myself for exploding just over the finish line. Well, this is going to not be award-winning gameplay here. Let's go and let's hit some cockpit view. Oh, this is actually really... You know, outside of not being able to see anything, it's really fun. Like, there's just not enough contrast on this course to see where the rocks are. Okay, rubber banding. That was a little too much. Rubber banding too much. First place again. Come on. Oh. Got a friend behind me. No rear view camera because I don't actually think I'm supposed to be racing in that view. Just like that, I won my chance to get to race this course all over again, because there's no way I'm going to come in third. This thing kind of counts laps funny with a 0 lap. This is not the first time that I thought that I was on the final lap incorrectly. Yeah, see, because we were on the 0 lap. This is some spectacularly wild action, I will say. Pretty sure I just killed that guy. Yeah, honk honk. I can honk too. I have no idea what's down there. Oh, I made that jump. I think that's the one where there's that little half bridge that could have taken me out. Oh, I'm not dead. Okay, let's get back to the back camera so that I can actually see when I'm dead. Oh, that is a brave motorcycle. Oh! Just gotta be on the inside for this. Now, this game, if I recall, this is actually trying to pump 6-axis power. If I recall, when this game came out, it didn't have rumble support because the PS3, for some reason, decided to launch without rumble support. So this game came with 6-axis kind of tilt support, which is turned off for me right now. And the rumble controllers, the DualShock 3s, came out later. Seemed like a particularly silly business decision, but I guess they got me to buy another controller. I really enjoyed my time with the PS3. It was a good generation. It really was. There was a lot of winners. I guess you can say that looking back at any generation, but PlayStation 3 had just tons. Human Revolution, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Grand Theft Autos for the people that like those. Well, the Gran Turismos were fantastic. That's probably half my PS3 time right there. I used to do this little 100 horsepower racing league. Can't remember if it was Gran Turismo 5 or Gran Turismo 6. Where we just do a course and tune cars with 100 horsepower to run on the course. It was supposed to keep racing close, but actually it just ensured that there was a really big gap between first and last place with 100 horsepower. Still remember my car was a Jannetta G4. I think I had to down tune it a little for the 100 horsepower runs. Oh, I cannot wait to be done with this dreary, dreary track. And that worked out somehow. Just aiming for third place or better. These motorcycles are not quite as destructible as you might think they would be. Okay, I believe this is the old penultimate corner here. Don't explode, don't explode, don't explode, don't explode. Alright, explode. Third place. Continue. No more depressing rainy track. Oh, I don't have enough to unlock more. Well, that's fine. We'll do the Grizzly with anything. Sweet. Buggies? Rally cars. We haven't done rally cars in this run. The Italia Gagliano. Oh, yeah. I can see me picking this one. Okay. Patriot Renegade. That is something. Okay. The Wolf Revo. No. Patriot Surger. We're just going to go with this one, but let's have a look at what we got for livery. Oh, that's nice, too. Nice. Okay, we're doing this. That is good advice, loading screen. Good advice. Am I missing some classes up there? There's buggies, trucks. Alright, let's go. Yes, this is what I want. Whoop. Motorcycle route. Sorry, buddies. Well, it was nice being up there. I can usually hang with the motorcycle routes in a buggy, but not so much in the rally car. Oh, it's this course again. Okay, let's do this. Jump this, head for the gap. I believe this is the first course in the game. I should not be down here. Couldn't go the other way, there was cars in the way. My rally car can't knock them out of the way. If a big truck goes through there, then there'll be a hole for me to go through. I wasn't going to take that chance, though. Holy cow, these are fast vehicles. As I get sideswiped by the semis in their natural habitat. Oh, what a game this is. Okay, comment section. Tell me what I should be playing that does this. With the multiple routes and the multiple classes and the big stupid jumps. Tell me what I got that does that part. Oop. Oh, there's just so many vehicles out there. Tell me what other games have this. I know there's got to be some. I see people talking about Wreckfest, and if that's the one I think it is, it didn't really scratch this itch. I know Project R is going to scratch this itch because of its big stupid jumps and its multiple paths, and it's much more of a precision game than this one is, though. This is kind of like a big dumb version of that, and I do love this game. This is not a high precision game here. But geez, just look at this. The different classes, the parts flying everywhere, the mud flying everywhere. Me forgetting to use my boost. Doesn't matter anyway, because this game's all rubber banding, and I don't care. Whew. Fun. Okay, did I unlock something on this ticket? That ticket's complete. It's a one-race ticket. Rolling Thunder, more rally car, Dust Devil. Italia Gagliano. It insisted on loading the car. I was mashing X there. Let's load. Now there's different surfaces. Nice. Good advice, loading screen. Good advice. And you've given me so much time to read it. Let's go! Okay. Oh my, that's a lot of different types of cars on one track. One downside of the PS3 controller is that it's L2 and R2 are concave or convex instead of concave, which means my fingers are failing on me. It would really suck to be a lefty on this thing. We are picking the flattest courses for our rally car, of course. Let's try up here. I was trying to get to this nice flat gully here, but Clearly, I did not achieve that. Oh, geez. Oh, we got a truck down here with us. That is rough. He's gonna plow right through us, guys. Oh, is it? Seem to have gotten lost. Believe that truck intentionally tried to murder me. There's a little airport back there. What an unnecessary far-off detail. Whoa. You know, if my right index finger is starting to tire already, I imagine lefties have an even tougher time with this. Since they'll be using their off index finger for the gas. I remember there were little slide-on grips to try and remedy this problem, but they were just kind of bulky. So if you buy a PS3 controller these days, you are almost certainly going to get a fake one. But there's a little secret about that, and that's that by the end of PS3's run, the authentic PS3 controllers were worse than any of the fake ones I've seen. I remember I bought a PSTV because they were on clearance because PSTV just failed instantly. And it was the console, a controller, and like 4 games that I didn't want to play, all for just less than the cost of a PS3 controller, like a good one. And that controller, I still have it around here, I'm sure, but you could twist it in your hands and it would just sit there and creak. Just a horrible experience. And I have never seen a counterfeit PS3 controller as bad as that official PS3 controller was. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, good. They dropped us back far enough where we can do the jump. There is a path down low to the right there, but, ooh. It would be kind of a pain to get over there. Whoop. know, just the style of this game is just something. So yeah, this is my Sunday night on my big Mardi Gras avoidance vacation. And right now the wife is out. She's out doing the Bacchus parade with the in-laws. I don't think I want to take the chance on going the left there. There is a way through on the left. Let's stick up around here on the top. Pretty sure it's slower, but maybe not in this car because it's the fastest thing on the road. I totally missed my landing ramp. That's cool. And then I use my boost to push myself way ahead, which is probably dumb, because that just triggers the rubber band effect. It makes it unnecessarily hard on me. Where's my ramp? Oh! I had that. Okay, and with that miserable showing, I think I'm probably going to call this a run.